Hello, I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Welcome back to Kadic Reviews. And yes, this is number 52. So technically we've done 2 seasons of this thing, so I decided to end on a bright note by reviewing one of my favorite games, possibly of all time, Shovel Knight. Now, when talking about Shovel Knight, it's hard not to put the nostalgia goggles on. And for a guy like me, it is definitely next to impossible. Seeing as if I grew up in the era in which these games were prevalent all over the place. And Capcom was the master. Shovel Knight takes on a lot of the old Capcom platformers. Mega Man, DuckTales, Chip and Dale, you name it. There's a lot of reference here. But what is Shovel Knight? Well, it's one of the successes off of the website Kickstarter. Yes, that Kickstarter. The one that you're tending to hear a lot now with games like Shenmue 3, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, Yooka-Laylee, and of course, its much older brethren, the upcoming Mighty Number 9. But I digress. The makers of this game, this indie darling, Yacht Club Games, are what remains of WayForward. Remember WayForward? They were the ones that did the awesome DuckTales remastered a couple years back for Capcom. And the same crew is back at it again, including Jake Kaufman, aka Vert, who puts on, quite frankly, one of the best 8-bit soundtracks ever constructed. Shovel Knight's music is unquestionably catchy, memorable, and rhythmic. It reminds me of when I was a kid, getting Mega Man music stuck in my head for days and not being able to get it out. But what is Shovel Knight? Well, it's a 2D platformer. A very good 2D platformer, in which you take hold of the title character. See, he's a little down in the dumps after losing his lady friend Shield Knight to the evil Tower of Fate. So much so he puts away his spade for good. But when an evil queen known as the Enchantress shows up with her order of no quarter, 8 other knights, circa Mega Man style, it's up to Shovel Knight to pick up back his spade, get into the Tower of Fate, and possibly save his lady love along the way. And boy, it will not be easy. How uneasy will it be? Very uneasy. As Shovel Knight stages are teach and show, not tell. The stages are very easily designed and look easy, but it doesn't say that they are. Some of the platforming tasks that need to be done using your shovel, like Scrooge McDuck's cane, for instance, upon using other relics that you pick up in other stages that have a Castlevania-style sub-weapon effect to them, will help you traverse the many, many different corridors in Shovel Knight. And trust me, there'll be plenty of times where you'll die and die again. Although, the game doesn't penalize you for dying except to take away your treasure. When you die, 3 money bags will pop up circa Dark Souls style above your dead corpse. Return to get those money bags and the money returns. Die again though and you lose the money. And trust me, there's plenty of ways this game will try to kill you. In fact, it can almost be masochistic. From spikes to enemies that have tough patterns to even the bosses themselves, first time or so through, can be really, really brutal. But with memorization, repetition, and the right amount of gameplay skill, anybody of any skill level can get past the many challenges of Shovel Knight, and they'll want to do it again. But Shovel Knight isn't alone. He's got armor upgrades, shovel upgrades, and plenty of friends to help out in the village. But much like any other game, there are collectibles to get and goodies to max out your magic stats for your relics, your health, or to pick up the music sheets. Music sheets give you a little bit of money on the side, but it also gives you full access to the game's awesome soundtrack. Plus, there are plenty of achievements and cool feats to collect pictures off of if you're playing it on the newer gen consoles like PS4 and Xbox One, which strangely have their own special guest levels. PS4 has the God of War himself, Kratos, and he brings with him an armor, if you can beat him, that will actually give you access to his legendary Blades of Chaos. Meanwhile, on the most recently released version of Shovel Knight, there come the return of the Battletoads. And they brought their legendarily tough stages with them. But if you could accomplish this, you'll be able to turn Shovel Knight into a Battletoad, complete with uber bombastic moves, and you can even call the Toadies your friends as a bonus reward. Trust me, there's a lot of replayability here, and with upcoming DLC where some of the other knights of the game will become playable characters, there's plenty of reason to go back, not only to challenge yourself with beating the game faster or more efficiently, but maybe without any weapons at all, or perhaps to try out the hundreds of cheat codes. Trust me, I tried the God mode cheat. It's awesome. And there are plenty of cheats like it that you can find on the internet for your I just play for fun fancy. On the Xbox One in particular, right now it would be the best $15 you can buy. But I would universally say that for any console you own. If you're a retro game player or of age like I am, this is automatic. This is a godsend. And almost, it put a tear in my eye. Much like Destiny took away my faith in modern games, Shovel Knight reestablished the reason I love video games by giving me a great nostalgic throwback with enough new material where I would want to see it again. Shovel Knight, you have done an excellent job, and that's why I'm willing to give you my maximum score, a 10 out of 10. Just please, don't get the music stuck in your head. Although, that might be a tall order. All hail the Tropical King. I'll see you next time on Kadic Reviews. And here's a clue. Manners maketh the man.